Deadlock is Valve's worst kept secret that hopefully won't stay in not so secret limited access for much longer. The MOBA just received a huge update that adds a new game mode, new heroes, patron overhauls, map changes, visual upgrades, and more that seem to indicate that the game might be getting close to its full release. If you're trying to keep track of all the new content that's been added to the game, here's everything you need to know about Deadlock's Old Gods New Blood update. The New Blood in the update's title is in reference to the 6 new heroes that are being added to Deadlock. Silver, Rem, Graves, Apollo, Celeste, and Venator aren't all in the game just yet, but Valve has given players the opportunity to once again vote for the hero they want to be added next. Heroes will be added every Monday and Thursday for the next 2.5 weeks. So far, the first hero to be added is Rem, an adorable sleepy cat, but there's still time to get your votes in for who you want to join the roster next. To participate in hero voting, you need to complete matches to get ballots, which can be turned into the ballot box in the hideout. You get 4 extra votes on your first win of the day, so make sure you're playing your best to get as many votes as possible for your favorite upcoming hero. We don't know a ton about what each hero can do other than the limited information on Deadlock's website, but Silver is listed as Feral, Hot Mess, and Transformation, Graves is Morbid, Area Denial, and Necromancer, Apollo is Finesse, Mobility, and a cut above, Celeste is Performer, Disruptive, and Dazzling, and Venator is Devout, Arms Expert, and Tactical. If you want to try and sway people to vote for your favorite hero, Deadlock has added in-game sprays that can be used to paint posters for each new character on the walls of the Cursed Apple. Hopefully, these are just the first of many sprays added to the game, but you can actually vandalize another person's spray if they're promoting someone you don't like, which has me excited for what else might be added in the future. The Old Gods are the other headliner for Deadlock's massive new update. The Old Gods reference the 2 newly revamped patrons that you'll be fighting for and against in each match of Deadlock. The Hidden King is described by Valve as the stretching shadow of a skyscraper, a boarded up apartment in Hell's Kitchen. The Hidden King exists in the cracks of the city, waiting for his followers to usher him into the light. While the Archmother is described as glass, steel, and stone, order and power where once there was none, the Archmother has always guided the Founder's hands, and now it is time for them to welcome her home. Previously, the patrons were floating metallic golems, but now the Hidden King and the Archmother make good on the idea that the patrons are elder gods. With the new vibe that the new patrons have ushered in, the design of each patron's base is completely different. The Hidden King is housed inside a rusty industrial area full of molten metal, while the Archmother is housed inside a pristine stone building. In addition to the new look for the bases, each side's troopers have also been revamped, with the team playing for the Hidden King having troopers designed like the familiar-looking Candle Troopers, while the team fighting for the Archmother is outfitted with troopers that seem to be made of stone. A new game mode has been added to Deadlock for anyone looking to jump into a faster-paced mode that can be finished in half the time of a regular match. Street Brawl is a 4v4 brawl that has you add 3 items to your inventory at the start of each round as you funnel into a single lane with the goal of destroying a single building to win. Street Brawl is played best of 5, so whoever gets 3 wins will walk out on top, and the mode serves as a great way to try out new characters without the worry of letting down your team in a standard ranked match or getting locked into a role that you don't want for a round that can last upwards of 40 minutes. With the increased attention to items, Street Brawl gets incredibly hectic incredibly fast, which makes for a more refreshing change of pace from the main game. Deadlock only allows 1 hero per team, which means it can sometimes be a problem if you want to play popular heroes like the 6 new additions in the Old Gods New Blood update. Luckily, Valve is implementing a solution for that problem, and no, it's not role queue. Hero priority tokens are an item you can acquire by completing matches that can be used during hero selection to call dibs on whoever you want to play as. Using a hero priority token doesn't guarantee that you'll be given that hero, however, it does put you at the front of the line. Your token won't be used if you don't get assigned who you want though, so even if you don't get your first pick, you'll be able to try again next match. The Old Gods New Blood update has made a major change to the post-game summaries you'll see when completing a match. Now, you'll see the new MVP scoring system that tells you who did the best on your team, as well as various other stats and figures to take note of your performance in the round. This is a great tool if you want to focus on measuring your accomplishments in each match and reflect on what, specifically, you can do better during the next one. Or it might be something you skip through quickly if you had a bit of a rough match. Don't worry though, happens to the best of us. There's been a lot of visual clarity added in the UI in the latest update for Deadlock. The game makes it easier than ever to see whose health is in critical condition, who's on a kill streak, and who's saying what in the chat when looking at the character portraits at the top of the screen. Other UI improvements include new damage indicators that change color based on what kind of damage you're dealing, a new scoreboard updated for ease of information, new stylized health bars for patrons when you start their boss fights, a mid-boss timer on the minimap, and visibility outlines for friendlies and enemies alike. The visibility outlines make a huge difference for Deadlock's immediate readability, which, for a MOBA, can make a big impact. There's plenty of new changes for Deadlock's settings as well, but the biggest change for UI is the addition of custom reticle control. Now, you can make your reticle look however you want, which is a huge deal for anyone who has strong opinions about what their reticle should look like. There are a lot of settings to dive into here, so feel free to tweak the options to your heart's content. 2 new items have been added to the shop for Old Gods New Blood, Ballistic Enchantment and Recharging Rush. The item description for Ballistic Enchantment reads, "Imbue an ability with increased range. Dealing damage with that ability grants you increased weapon damage per target hit." And the description for Recharging Rush reads, "Dealing significant weapon damage replenishes a charge for each of your charged abilities." Neither item seems like it's going to completely change the game, but it's good to know that they're in the mix now. The Cursed Apple has seen some changes since Deadlock first entered limited access, but the changes added in the latest update have revamped it significantly. Not only has there been a major change to the overall look of the map with areas given new visual polish and details, but some portions of the map have been altered altogether to create better choke points and overall game flow. In addition to everything we've listed, Valve has made a lot of more minute changes to Deadlock that we won't read out here. Things like new music tracks, improved trooper AI, and new sound effects are listed and detailed on Deadlock's official website. So if you want to see all of these smaller changes to the game, you can check them out there. So that's everything you need to know about Deadlock's Old Gods New Blood update. With the significant amount of new content added to it, it seems like Deadlock is hurtling towards public release, which we can't wait for. For all things Deadlock and everything else, make sure to stick with IGN.